My name's David Reaver, and I'm the horn sergeant and trumpet section leader. I go to school at the University of California, Riverside, so we get out kind of late. I know that when I show up, we're doing the craziest things I've ever done. You know, in terms of drill, especially Blue Devils drill, the charts don't really exist. So I'm going to be thrown in there, and they'll just say, "Oh, your next dot's over here, over here, over here. 10 counts, there you go." No, that's how we learn drill. My biggest challenge so far is getting everyone on board. As horn sergeant, I'm supposed to try and unify the horn line and make sure that you know, there's no stragglers and there's no one trying to start their own cliques or trying to you know, stay outside the vibe. So I try to keep one unified vibe on the horn line. I think this year the Blue Devils, I think this year's show is particularly crazy because oftentimes you can look at one thing and something else totally different's going on. It could be musically, it could be visually. So as a brass performer, we rehearse a lot of the brass music all the time. That's what I hear, that's what I think the show's about. And all of a sudden I go listen to the pit and I go, what part of the show is this? I don't understand where this is. And then they tell me, it's like, wow, that's supposed to be on top of what I'm doing. Like, I don't know how this is gonna work. And then we go to visual rehearsal and look at the visuals, like, oh, what part of the show is this in? Oh, it's where you guys are playing that 16-note run. You guys are someone's gonna do a backflip there or something. It's just like, it blows my mind how they put stuff together. It seems so disparate, and then all of a sudden at the very end it comes together, and you think it's gonna be too crazy, you think you're not gonna understand it, but our designers are really good at unifying all those disparate concepts. And I think the audience member, you can see the show 10 times and you'll see something new every time. And those are my favorite shows, so I think I really like the show.
As each year begins, one of the drum corps' critical elements is the establishment of team, or as some prefer to allude, the genesis of family. With members coming from diverse locations from around the world, it is essential that this family has a home. Just 3 miles east of the Blue Devils rehearsal facilities is the blue-collar community of Bay Point, a wind-blown township of less than 22,000 residents. One of these is a longtime supporter of the Blue Devils. Each year, her generosity is enjoyed by members who temporarily call her home theirs.
I can sleep for a little bit more.
I'm living with Sonia Williams, and she's so nice. She does everything she can to help us.
Sonia's awesome. She's been with the Blue Devils for at least over 30 years now. She's known a lot of the staff and members that currently teach here.
Member of the Booster Club for about 32 years and classified more as a corps mom. Yeah, they're like my own, almost my own kids.
We call it Hotel Williams, which is our little nickname for Sonia's house.
Right now there are 10 people in the house, soon to be 12, and it gets pretty cramped.
It's kind of crowded, but that's drum corps for you.
Full bed here, we have this one that actually little pull-out bed that goes right back beneath this bed, and then another bed here that we put up so we can actually walk around and get to our stuff.
The highest I've had at one time for all days is 20 guys. That time we had one bathroom, mine, and they managed.
You got people sleep on every couch, every floor space, every bed. But nobody sleeps in the kitchen because we have to use that in the mornings.
The kids go out grocery shopping, they put their names on their food, and the rule is if there's a name on it, you don't touch it. If there's no name, it's fair game.
And she lets us use her car to drive to and from rehearsals and stuff like that.
She's just a really nice lady that makes a drum corps work for a lot of people out here.
It's kind of hard to explain because I get more back from these kids in affection and actual love than I can give.
If you haven't marched here before, you're starting to get a sense of what the Blue Devils are. If you marched here before, you kind of know it. And you know what we're about. we have a competitive personality, okay? Along with the competitive personality, you have an attitude. And an attitude is not like an attitude like a chip on the shoulder attitude. It's an attitude of positiveness. It's an attitude of positive conviction. It's an attitude that you can make dreams become reality. And only way that that attitude happens is with good karma, and it's with positiveness, and being a good person, and doing this for the right reason. Your job is to have that competitive personality, to have the positive attitude, to be the best performers in the entire world. That's your job, not all the other million things that happen in drum corps. I want this to be an experience of a lifetime. So let it go. Long journey. Have fun with your friends. Some of you, this is your last year, so let it go, especially if you're aging out, especially you guys, let it go.
I became a Blue Devil in 2002, so this is my 10th year here. So pretty much I've spent half of my conscious life doing drum corps and being a part of the Blue Devils.
The definition of family is not a simple one. Sometimes it is determined through ancestry, other times created through circumstance, and in many instances, it is shared experience. In all cases, it is clear that family within a functioning society plays key. It is the link we have to one another, the building blocks of a prosperous group experience, one where we depend on each other to learn, advance, succeed. Today is Family Day in Concord, California, a day in which the members of the Blue Devil organization celebrate their youngest participants while honoring those who have adorned the flash, color, and circumstance that has preceded them.
So Family Day, I love Family Day, all right, because I think it's awesome that the whole Blue Devils family can get together here. I think the Blue Devils is much bigger than just drum corps, all right? We have a family here. We've been doing this for 40 years. There's so many alumni out there that they don't really care what happens with scores or anything. They care about each other.
With all three drum corps of the Blue Devil organization performing, veteran members reflect on the past goals and dreams they are now experiencing.
Well, when I started, I didn't know that there was an A Corps. I didn't find out until actually today, Family Day. The first show I saw was the Phenomenon of Cool, and I was like, I want to be there. And so when I made the A Corps, I was like so unbelievably excited, and it's been like the best thing to happen in my entire life, I would say.
It is the connections we find ourselves that determine our fate. Some by choice, others seemingly by a larger intervention. No one knows how these determinations are made, or in most cases, who they will be made with. But we do know that we have a choice. To build upon in friendship the support of the young and the new, towards the creation and celebration of family.